HarperCollins presents Incredible Women in History. 5 historical figures and groups who changed the world for the better.
Boudica, written by Claire Llewellyn. Who was Boudica? Boudica was a queen who lived in Britain about 2,000 years ago. Britain was very different then. It was home to many tribes who lived in different parts of the country. Boudica was queen of a tribe called the Iceni. In about 43 CE, when Boudica was a young girl, Britain was invaded by the Romans. From then on, the Romans controlled all the tribes and took their land and money. About 20 years after the invasion, Boudica rose up against the Romans. She built an army, raided Roman towns, and led her warriors into battle. This book is all about Boudica. It explains why and how she fought the Romans and why she's still remembered today. Did you know? The name Boudica means victory. The name is written and said in various ways, as Boudica, Boudica, and Boudicca. Who were the Romans? The Romans were a tough and powerful people who came from Rome in Italy. They built a strong army with bold commanders and well-trained soldiers who were well armed. From about 200 BCE, the Romans used their army to conquer other lands. In just a few hundred years, they built a huge empire which was ruled over by an emperor. The people they conquered had to learn a new language, follow Roman laws, and pay high taxes. The taxes made Rome rich. The money helped to pay for the army and build roads and towns. In about 58 BCE, the Romans invaded Gaul. Britain lay just over the sea, so the Romans decided to invade it too. What was Britain like before the Romans? At this time, the people of Britain weren't a single nation. Instead, there were lots of different tribes who spoke similar languages and could understand one another. Each tribe lived in a particular region and had its own king or queen. Boudica's tribe, the Iceni, lived in what's now Norfolk. Tribes sometimes fell out with their neighbours and fought one another. The Iceni and the Trinovantes were neighbours. Most people had small farms and lived a simple country life. There were no roads, no fine buildings, and no large towns, so it was all very different from Rome. To the Romans, the Britons seemed rough and uncivilized. In fact, they were skilled artists who made beautiful metal goods such as shields, brooches, coins, and pots. Did you know? The Roman name for Britain was Britannia. A closer look. Life in Britain before the Romans. Round houses. Britons lived in small round houses built of wood, straw, and mud. The houses had thick thatched roofs and no windows. Hill forts. Hill forts were larger villages built on top of hills. People dug deep ditches around their village so they could defend it from enemy tribes. Clothes. Clothes were made from linen or wool. Men wore tunics, trousers, and cloaks, while women wore dresses, skirts, and shawls. Clothes were coloured using dyes made from berries and plants. Jewellery. People loved jewellery. They fastened their cloaks with brooches and pins made from bronze, tin, silver, or gold. The rich wore metal neckbands called torques.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?